Hello and welcome to the Otaku Network podcast. My name is Steve.
And I'm David.
And we are into week 12 of the winter 2026 anime season.
We're winding down.
It's the penultimate week.
It is. And after missing last week, I feel like a schlub.
That's fine.
We had a snow day and I was busy.
This week on Journal with Witch, we cut to a scene with Asa where she was in the first episode, where she is freely singing in their kitchen.
We got there. You didn't think we were going to get there. We got there.
Well, I don't think we're there yet, but we're getting close. This is like the prototype of that. So Asa had, in the last episode, she changed her mind again, and she's going to try out for their band club's performance at the welcoming ceremony for the new students in the spring semester when that kicks in. And, she ends up winning it, but now she's nervous about screwing up. Talks to Makio about that, and Makio goes, "Why would you curse yourself like that? You'll be just fine. Don't worry about it." Makio has developed a relationship with Emily's mother, and we see scenes of the two of them having a lunch together and talking about feelings and ideas revolving around the deaths of Asa's parents.
And day drinking.
And enjoying drinking a beer at noon. Then we get another interesting interaction between Kasamichi and the gentleman that is kind of overseeing...
The lawyer. I can't remember
Is
his
he
name.
really a lawyer?
Yeah, he is a lawyer.
Okay. So the two of them are kind of developing this interesting bond. And I think the thing that sparks between them of this camaraderie is the fact that they both recognize in the other that they are not your typical person within their stature.
Not a typical dude, bro.
Yeah, they both realize that they long ago removing themselves from male-centric rituals, i.e. stupidity.
They literally are like, nah.
They're essentially anti-manosphere. There's a moment where Asa and Makio are having breakfast. They're talking about writing lyrics, and Makio suggests that she start using her journal with intent, to do like lyrical writing and lyrical analysis of some of her favorite artists. And this spurs Asa to ask her a question about something that Makio had told her a year ago when they had first fallen into this relationship, about offering advice for writing in her journal, saying something along the line of, you don't always have to write the truth in your journal. And Asa mistook that as it would be okay for her to write lies in her journal. Makio, who struggled to even remember the statement, which devastates the girl because it impacted her so heavily, and in this interaction, it just seemed like Makio said it as an off comment. Makio thinks what she was trying to impart upon her is, you don't always have to say everything in your journal. And I think that really was explicitly, don't feel compelled to talk about your parents' deaths yet within it. And I think that was her warning. And as she's leaving, she has this moment where she wants to ask Makio if she thinks her mother's journal contained lies within it. Because ever since finding her mother's journal, she has fought with her own perspective of their relationship and the version of her mother that's presented with the journal, and she doesn't think she can trust the information, this heartfelt opening up to her daughter. But she chooses not to ask Makio because she figures Makio is never going to give her an answer anyways, because, Makio is mysterious and tells her to think about it herself. And then we end the episode with a really nice note where Asa has kind of carved a little space for herself in the apartment. She's essentially Harry Pottered herself into the bedroom, where she has cleared out space in the bottom section of the storage closet where she can make a little hidey hole with like different lights and stuff, kind of like a safe personal space. So I thought that was really cute, regardless of the fact if it made me think of Harry Potter. And that's pretty much the episode. It was a good episode. I really liked the growth that we saw in Asa, but her not wanting to actually open up in a vulnerable way to Makio about her mother's diary makes me concerned for what kind of adult Asa's going to be. I think there's a chance that in her developing psyche, all of this hands-off approach and quizzical replies from Makio might turn Asa into more of a jaded individual, maybe even self-righteous a little bit.
I really liked seeing the growth of like every character in the show. Emery still being a tool.
She's got her own difficulty right now with her existence and her relationship.
Yeah, and her problem is I can't handle being a friend and being in a relationship.
I think it's more she's uncertain because of the nature of the relationship.
There was growth everywhere except for Emery. She is a big stinky doo-doo head and am unhappy with her lack of development. Anyway, there needs to be more growth from some of the side characters, and then I'll be happy. Otherwise, the main characters, great. Asa, kind of developing into a normal person post-death of both of her parents. Makio's like learning how to love her niece.
Yes.
Kasamichi is like being ideal peak male right there, and so is Lawyer Boy. And then I like that Makio is like stepping out of her comfort zone and like making new friends.
Kind of, with Emity's mother?
Yeah.
Maybe. I think it's more she's connecting with Emity's mother as a way to try to connect with her sister and understand those parts of her that she never got to see.
Growth and development. That's all that matters. No, I really enjoyed this week's episode because it's giving us the end game that you and I have been talking about wanting for a couple weeks now at this point, and we were convinced it was never going to come.
Well, I think you called it right away.
I did,
maybe by like episode 3, I think.
But you weren't convinced.
No, because I wasn't sure where it was going to go. But I think you're right.
You should just trust me from now on.
I probably should, yeah. I don't know.
Except when I pick dark fantasy animes as my choice for the season.
Pick things you want to watch, not things that will make me squirm.
Yeah, but I wanted to watch Ubel.
Fair.
Because I thought it was going to be cool. But anyway, let's talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. The fight with Reggie continues. The whole episode is basically just fighting in the domain expansion until it isn't. Megumi fights Reggie. Reggie drops a bunch of cars into his domain, finds out that to use his shadow whatever, Megumi gets thickums with the critums when he stores all that stuff within his shadow realm, for lack of better words. And then Megumi pulls the long con, convinces Reggie that he can't use his dog Shikigami. And then, oh, surprise, he uses the dog Shikigami and oofs Reggie and kills him. And Reggie gives him his points and then earns the points for killing Reggie shortly thereafter. Megumi's become a stone cold killer. Then we get a quick side of comedy half-naked guy again. Takaba, yeah, that's his name. He is still fighting Explosion Boy, even though I thought he died. And then we get to see Yuta oof
Dalsim. He killed Dalsim.
And yeah, that was the episode. Did I miss anything important? Probably
no, because there was nothing important. I think the most important thing was the little exposition about Takaba's ability, where his entire cursed energy technique is everything being comedic, and he doesn't even realize he has any powers.
He's literally cartoon character.
Yeah, I don't know what it is though.
But anyway,
this is getting bad. Like the whole end thing with Yuta, right? Yeah, where they were showing, like I think I brought it up last week, Solo saying it feels like a lot of this is just Gege throwing out stupid ideas that he comes up with for characters and giving them a spot to exist momentarily. Like, oh, check out this thing. Oh, this is an idea. Here's a weird little, character design concept that I don't actually want to flesh out, but want to show at some point.
I like JJK, but I feel like this season could be condensed down into...
It could have been a movie.
It could have been a movie.
I said that about season 2, though.
I don't see the point yet of all of these long, drawn-out episodes.
Imagine if this was like a normal shonen battle, where the battles are 7 episodes long.
Yeah, I don't...
They're already too long.
I don't see the goal of this.
No.
And it's...
advertising money.
It's... like, I enjoyed the first 2 seasons of JJK. I really like... I like Gege's art style. I like the way he draws characters. I like the way he draws, especially like the cursed spirits and things. And like when he released the art for the One Piece card game, I tried to chase after the arts for the 5 Elders because they look cool. They look neat. The way Gege drew them was awesome. But I just don't understand the Calling Game arc. It just feels like filler.
It does, yeah. It feels really pointless.
It feels like filler that the manga artist wrote.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't understand the long con here. If it's like building up to something, I'm consistently asking Bridget to explain these things so that I have context as to why this keeps going. And I shouldn't have to have an interpreter telling me like, oh, just wait for it.
That release,
even with One Piece and all of its filler, because I've been watching One Piece, things are still happening in the anime.
Yeah.
And it's 1,000 fucking episodes long, and I still enjoy the episodes that I watch.
It's insane how much stuff is in the density of One Piece.
There's so much, like, a character will for like 5 seconds, and that character is actually important like 100 episodes later, and you're just like, Blackbeard shows up at one point, and you don't even realize it's fucking Blackbeard.
Yeah, of course.
And you're like, oh, he's right fucking there. blink and you fucking miss it. But with this, it's just like, here's a fight that lasts forever.
And it doesn't need to.
Right. Like, for example, because I've been watching One Piece, this is the closest thing I can relate it to.
Yeah, sure.
The fight with Wapol. That fight took like 2 or 3 episodes. But in each of those episodes, there was buildup of important portions of characters that led to the ultimate finale of Wapol being defeated and why Tony Chopper ended up joining the Straw Hats.
Yeah.
The point here is that like One Piece is shonen, and One Piece does it better. And I just like...
There's a reason it's so popular. One Piece has earned its status.
I don't understand this arc at all. I don't understand the culling game.
You know what happened? We lost Choso.
We did lose Choso.
Everything went bad after Choso.
It did.
We need Choso to come back and save the story.
I just want the fights to just do it off screen. Tell me later.
This fight could have been off screen. They were doing nothing.
Yeah.
They did nothing.
And I'm just...
I will give it the one...
even the fights in season 1 and season 2, there was like substance in them. Like when Yuji and Nanami were fighting Mahito at the school.
Yeah.
When they were trying to save Junpei and then ultimately had to kill Junpei.
Yep.
There was stuff around it. Like Yuji was upset that Mahito had destroyed Junpei. And we're getting background we're like learning what a domain is and like why domains are important and why they're so not prevalent during this era of, Jujutsu sorcery.
And we had to learn that again this episode.
Right. And we rehashed
all the
things
ground
that we learned back in season 1 with Nanami and Yuji. And it's like, at this point, it's just disrespecting the fact that Nanami's dead. And I'm just, I don't know if Bridget can save this season for me.
Well, the season's almost done. We got one more episode left until part 2 for sometime in the future. We have no idea when.
It's not fun. I'm very disappointed with...
I'll help you with this. Just make it my fault. It's me infecting you with my hatred.
I don't even know if I could do that because it's...
Well, we got one more episode left of this half.
And I occasionally have a couple of questions about One Piece, like what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I usually wait till the end of an episode to ask somebody a question about it. And usually One Piece will just be like, oh, here's the answer, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, cool. Thanks, One Piece. Appreciate it. With JJK, you get to the end of the episode, you're just like, I have a million fucking questions. What the fuck's going on? Why, Gege?
Oh, but he has a master plan.
I shouldn't have to have read the entire fucking manga to understand what's going on in Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't have to read the entire fucking manga to know what's going on in One Piece.
No.
Honestly, the manga is just a supplement to the anime at this point.
For One Piece, yeah, I would say that. Unless you want to be further along in the story at some point, yeah.
Exactly. I'm frustrated. Anyway, let's talk about something that made me happy this week.
My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
Yes, boy howdy. After the last week where it was a lot of just Captain Celebrity and then...
Though him courting his wife, who looks way too young, was fun.
It was cute, yes. It was very adorable watching the two of them become an item.
He's a balloon.
Yes. But this week finally ramps it up. After the explosion that's toppling the Tokyo Egg, All Might is called into action. Through a desperate call from Now to come and save everyone at the Tokyo Egg, All Might goes into a soliloquy about the importance of timing. And boy howdy, does he hit the mark right as he proclaims his ultimate quote of, I am here, and saves the day. He hits the Tokyo Egg up into the air, quickly clears out a nice landing spot for it, and gently coaxes it down into position. Everyone thinks the day is saved until Jack Fuck with the Scar decides to enact phase 4 of his ultimate plan, in which the regenerative suicide bomber villains amalgamate into one mega villain that releases a bunch more of these exploding bat things that look like Zubats.
Yeah, pretty much.
He thinks that none of the heroes there can stop anything and that people are going to end up dying.
Yeah, he's doing a shotgun method.
Yes, he does the shotgun method, to which All Might goes, I bet, and does a Nebraska smash, which traps all of the little Zubat things into his vortex punch and stops him again. Scarface decides to pull out step 5 of his nefarious plan, to which he receives a sniper shot to the shoulder.
I thought it went through his neck.
I thought it went through his neck too at first.
Oh.
To reveal that Knuckle Duster has showed up to try to stop this villain from continuing his dastardly plan, who we find out is called Number 6. We end up now having a confrontation between the man that idolizes Overclock and now the retired hero, Overclock, who is Knuckle Duster. And shit gets heavy. We learn that this Scarface dude is not really a human.
It is a weird medical experiment.
He's a weird experiment done by this mysterious figure that I'm pretty sure is One for All.
This episode, I think probably...
Or All for One, sorry.
This episode, I think, especially because of the juxtaposition of All Might being in here, I'm like, oh, the guy pulling the strings is All for One.
It's All for One, yeah.
Yeah, no, it didn't click until this episode.
Once he started talking about like genetic experimentation and all that stuff, I'm like, this is 100% All for One.
Yeah.
So the juxtaposition of One for All and All for One has now been made in Vigilantes as well. And Knuckle Duster pulls out the stops 100% on his would-be pupil. He tries to shoot him in the head, to which makes him activate his quirk. And he has a trap played for him where it makes him perceive this video recording played at 300 times speed that forces his brain to become exhausted because he knows the limitations of his quirk.
Well, yeah, because I think this is the episode where it was revealed that this Number 6 had somehow stolen Knuckle Duster's power.
Yes.
Or at least received it.
Yes. Which,
after it had been taken from him.
If you are very familiar with MHA, is how All for One works.
Okay.
His quirk allows him to take quirks into himself.
Okay.
And if he wants to, he can redistribute them as he wishes.
That would definitely be the case in this situation.
And so we get just a badass fucking scene where once exhausted, Scarface, a building gets blown out from under him, and Knuckle Duster, as they're falling, fucking blows out his limbs with a shotgun.
Yeah, he pulls a sawed off out of his trench coat.
And then after he's laying there, he's like, you can't possibly regenerate if I'm sitting there beating you with the butt of this goddamn sawn off shotgun. And I'm just like, this is why I watch this show. This is dark as fuck.
We're back, baby!
We're back, baby!
Knuckle Duster!
And then, yeah.
Look, Eraserhead's a fine character, but Knuckle Duster is what makes this show what it is.
God, it's fucking
dark. I love Koichi, too.
I love Koichi, too, yes. But and Knuckle Duster is still convinced that Koichi is his apprentice.
I think it still holds true.
It's cute. It's adorable. I love that.
You know what I loved? I love the fact that Koichi had All Might sign his All Might hoodie, which technically Koichi stole.
Yes, that was adorable. And then CC got really jealous when Koichi reacted way more positively to All Might's signature than to CC's.
Correct.
And yeah, the episode basically ends off with a trap from Scarface that blows up the rest of the building.
Yeah.
And we're left on a cliffhanger as to what happened to Knuckle Duster and Scarface.
Their fight is definitely going to continue into the next episode.
But as it currently stands, it's a cliffhanger. We don't know what's happening.
Oh, this episode was so good.
This episode was fan-fucking-tastic.
This may have been the best episode of the season.
Steve was a little reticent about the fact that All Might showed up.
Yeah, I was like, they got to do the thing, but it was good.
But we walked to the gaseteria, and I gave him some good points that I think maybe turned around his opinion a little bit.
It's like, the people poo-pooing this on the internet when the first season came out of like, oh, this is going to be just a showcase for all the heroes. I'm like, well, eventually All Might does have to make a showing.
Yes.
And in this scenario where everything is dire, the greatest hero does need to just save the day.
Yes.
And we have been focusing a lot more on him this season as well.
They have never wasted a hero showing up.
No, it was
every time a hero shows up, they are specifically the only person that can save the day.
Yeah. No, I felt that way.
When Miss Midnight shows up, she's the only person that can do it. When Fat Gum shows up, he's the only one that can save it. When Eraserhead shows up, he's the only person that can save the day at that moment in time. They do not waste these heroes' appearances.
Deus Ex Machina at its finest.
And it was perfect too. The fact that was the title slide at the beginning, and then how All for One decided to use that word choice of calling All Might Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
It's just the writing of this episode was perfect.
Vigilantes is such a strong shonen.
It's so strongly written.
Good characters, good playing within an existing world.
Again, taking the comparison of a pre-existing shonen. Everything it writes is intentional.
Yeah.
Just like in One Piece.
Yes, absolutely.
Like we said not even 5 minutes ago, everything written in One Piece is intentional and shows up at some point again.
Yeah. Like there's a reason everything happens.
Every character is important.
Our complaint of episode 2 and how we didn't think it worked right, and then we get later into the story, we're like, okay, we understand why this part of the story took place. It made sense.
And even last week's episode where you said that it was a weak episode.
It felt a little down. I mean, it was fine.
It's still important.
Yeah.
It needs you to understand the stakes of what CC is doing.
Yeah.
And we needed to see that he isn't just a lecherous piece of shit.
Yeah.
He does love and care about his wife and was put into a terrible position through bad business deals.
Through manipulation of his naive personality.
Yes. Which is great character development for him and makes me care about his character even more after being introduced to this kind of just piece of shit character.
Yeah, because we didn't like him at first. We're like, oh god.
No, but now after all of this background information that we've received about Captain Celebrity,
yep,
he is a hero.
Yep.
In every sense of the word.
Yeah.
But he just so happens to be too trusting of a person, which humanizes him. And it's just like, the writing in this show is fantastic. I never thought I'd get a shonen that has just such fantastic writing in this modern age of anime.
It has purpose.
I gotta admit, though, Chainsaw Man does have some pretty good writing.
I only watched the first episode of Chainsaw Man and did not enjoy it.
Fair.
It wasn't for me.
To wrap up this up, because I don't want to just keep filleting Vigilantes, this has to be one of the strongest episodes of the series as a whole.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And like they've had some
the final episode of season 1, with the standoff between Knuckle Duster and his daughter.
This show does very well climaxes.
Yes.
They
come out of nowhere.
Exactly. The show writer just goes, okay, it's time for the climax now. Boom. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Everything you did this season is intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just,
and we didn't know if Knuckle Duster was going to show up this season.
I need more.
But in reality, the entire season has been about Knuckle Duster.
It has been. Yes. The entirety of this, everything, every little ounce of detail.
With the minor segue into Eraserhead's origin story.
Yes. Which I wasn't even upset about.
It was fun.
We talked
it was
about
good.
during those
I enjoyed
episodes. It's still important.
Yeah.
It gives us a
better understanding of his place within the world
and why he behaves the way he does and why he doesn't work as a team player and just.
Did they never dig into that in the original series? Wow.
No.
That seems like a big disservice.
That is a huge thing that never existed in MHA.
Oh my God. It seems like it's absolutely needed.
But there's also just so many characters that exist in MHA that need their backgrounds explored.
That's probably the weakness of MHA, I feel.
There's a lot of characters
There's too much.
in MHA.
Too much. Too much in one place.
Yes. I mean, you have an entire high school class that like needs, and even not all the high school class gets focused. There's a lot of people like Zero that just never get much beyond, I'm a hero in class 1A.
That might be another thing that leads to the strength of Vigilantes is the fact that it really focuses on 5 characters.
Yes.
Koichi, Pop Step, Knuckle Duster, Makoto, and kind of. Not really. We haven't really dug into now.
Fair.
And I guess at this point,
also never really explored that Makoto has a quirk. That was awesome.
I forgot about that part.
Where she can read minds.
That whole flashback segment of like Makoto trying to use her quirk on Now, and Now was like, you can't use this to manipulate people emotionally.
Yes.
Oh,
huge.
Oh my God, was that so good?
And then their non-complacent mother, just like
it really,
it's okay, it's cute.
It really highlighted that Now has apparently always had this sense of justice and duty and like respectability. It's like, no, look, we have to operate as people in a certain way, or else things become problematic for you and others.
And has always had to parent his younger sister.
Parent Makoto, yeah.
Because their mom seems pretty...
That's fine. Kids will be kids.
Disconnected, yes.
Yeah.
No, I think I can leave my
reservations
ramblings at that. How do you feel?
Oh, best episode of the series. It was so good. Just the whole thing that drew me into the series in the first place of wanting to watch it was the characterization of Knuckle Duster reminding me of mid-90s American superhero comics. Stuff from Image, like Wildcats.
Also, can I praise the animation just a little bit?
The animation was phenomenal. Holy crap.
All Might?
Going back to Jujutsu Kaisen, come on now.
I know.
Come on now.
All Might. His transition in the tower, busting out of his tower.
Yeah.
Flying through that like trail that he had.
Yep.
was beautifully animated. Him, catching and doing all the superhero work was beautifully
manipulating the
also,
tower.
Him picking up all the animals was adorable and a nice touch.
He picked up the animals. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
That man in MHA loves animals.
I mean, I can't blame him.
Loves animals. And then his rapid transformation from deflated All Might to full force All Might when he saved everybody again.
Yep.
I was like, fuck, that was well done. Like, I was just...
I love how he was wearing a Narrow Fest jacket.
Yeah. But like the fact that he went and just... I was like, damn, let's go!
Well, yeah, because he pretty much like he positioned himself into, I'm just one of the victims of this casualty.
Without anybody realizing that it was him that did it, he just fucking switched from deflated All Might to normal All Might and saved the day again. I'm like, fuck, that was well animated. This show just keeps getting me to do the like 2 fists in the air. Yes!
And just the freeze frame.
My heart was racing at the end of that episode.
The freeze frame of number 6 taking the shot, which we thought at that point was through the neck. It was like, oh my God, they just killed the villain.
Yeah, I thought that All for One killed him.
I was in that line too. I'm like, okay, you failed at your thing. Time to get rid of you. Because they did that whole monologuing by All for One.
Yes. And then all of a sudden Knuckle Duster shows up. I'm like, let's fucking go. My heart was racing at the end of this episode. It was that good.
So good. This week wasn't too bad, given My Hero Academia really did a lot of pulling this week.
Oh, yeah.
Journal with Witch maintained quality.
Yeah, maintained course.
I think the only good part with JJK was I really appreciated the cinematography at the end of the fight when they were in the pool.
Oh, and when he's laying there. And
as Fushiguro was standing there having his final conversation with Reggie as Reggie's bleeding out on the pool. I really liked the positioning of that, and it reminded me of earlier episodes where it really seemed like they were doing a lot of homage to classic film technique that I feel we've lost in these past couple of episodes. But the fight, I'm sitting there watching their fight, and I'm like, Shonen is supposed to be fighting. They're not fighting. They're having a test of wills conversation.
They're having a conversation.
Stupid. All right. Anyways, let us know what you think.
There's definitely more fighting in the episode prior.
Yes. Oh, yeah. There was a lot of fighting in the episode prior. Yeah, a lot of it. Some of it was entertainingly animated and, positioned. Some of it was kind of like, eh. But I think the really thing that dragged down last episode was Takaba. Because it just, in the middle of the episode, dramatically shifted the tone and like threw everything off balance. But again, there's no stakes.
I like Takaba.
There's no stakes in this fight. Fushiguro even tried to leave it. And he's like, nah. It's just, I don't know. Like, there's no way this dude is going to take out one of the main characters. He's not that important of a villain.
I did like the characterization, though, at the very end where Megumi spared that girl.
Yeah. Yes.
That I appreciated.
And then the angel that they've been chasing this entire time, but we forgot about, shows up to heal Megumi.
Yeah, but I really did appreciate.
It was good.
That characterization at the end.
Well, it was him fighting with the specter of his sister, trying to keep him to be a good guy. Pull him away from the darkness. Because after he killed Reggie, I'm like, oh, that's right. Wait, has Yuji still has yet to kill anybody?
Out of his own accord, yes.
That wasn't Yuji. That was Sukuna.
Well, actually, if you want to be technical, he did kill Junpei.
But Junpei was already a monster by that point.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. And he still carries that burden with him, and he's been told you need to move beyond that. Anyways, let us know what you think. We got a week left. We're going to see where this wraps up. I don't think JJK is going to get us anywhere, obviously, because this is only the first part.
Yeah, and it's a 2-core season.
Okay. And we have no idea when the second... they'll probably announce when the second core is going to pop at the end of this episode, probably. Might be the fall. Who knows? The thing I'm really hoping for is the announcement that we will get a season 3 of My Hero Academia Vigilantes. And then on top of that, I really hope somebody picks up the licensing for the manga of Journal with Witch, because I really want to read the manga. We'll check you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notified when we have new episodes dropping. And we have one final episode of Weekly Ranma coming out next week, where we're talking about the final original 12 OAVs. So check that out. We'll catch you guys next time.
Deuces.